Buc-ee's is truly an incredible place. From the delicious hot food to the convenient prepackaged options, it offers a wide variety. You'll find a wall of jerky, the popular beaver nuggets, and a selection of merchandise, clothing, and cookware. Essentially, if there's something you need, Buc-ee's probably has it. Buc-ee's is truly remarkable, largely because they envisioned the space needed to create such an experience. While the average gas station convenience store ranges from 2,000 to 4,000 square feet, a typical Buc-ee's spans over 50,000 square feet. The newer locations are even more impressive, exceeding 74,000 square feet. If you don't have a Buc-ee's nearby, don't worry. They currently operate in only 9 states, so there's potential for expansion in the future. Buc-ee's is quickly establishing new locations and offering much more than just great food, clean bathrooms, and an extensive selection of road trip essentials. Each location also provides an impressive 125 to 250 well-paying jobs, which is quite remarkable for a gas station, both in terms of its sheer size and the competitive wages offered. In fact, the starting pay for their lowest-paid workers typically begins at $18 an hour. This includes positions such as janitorial staff, cashiers, grocery stockers, and the warehouse crew. If you're responsible for maintaining clean restrooms, the pay increases to $20 an hour. Those working in food service and car wash roles earn $21 an hour. The sense of generosity extends beyond just these roles. Here are some positions with impressive salaries. Assistant General Manager, Gift Manager, or Car Wash Manager can earn over $125,000 annually. Food Service Managers earn upwards of $150,000, and General Managers can bring in $175,000 or more. Additionally, these roles offer benefits such as a 401k plan, 3 weeks of paid time off, and health care. For hourly workers, there's an extra $2 per hour for covering overnight graveyard shifts. These opportunities represent great jobs. However, there is a downside. Buc-ee's is undoubtedly impressive, known for paying its employees well and attracting additional tourist traffic. However, some communities are not thrilled about its expansion into their areas. Concerns typically revolve around increased traffic and urban sprawl. While these concerns are understandable to some extent, it's crucial to consider the broader benefits a local Buc-ee's can bring. Let's explore 5 communities where their debates about Buc-ee's presence are particularly intense, beginning with recent developments in Colorado. Buc-ee's is planning a second location in Colorado following the success of its Johnstown store, which opened last March. However, the expansion to Palmer Lake is encountering some challenges. Initially, there was strong community opposition, which led to 2 local nonprofits filing a lawsuit against the town of Palmer Lake to halt the expansion. As a result, the situation has become increasingly complex. In March, Buc-ee's withdrew its application, referring to a technical issue, but they plan to resubmit. On April 3rd, they did just that. The Palmer Lake Board of Trustees has scheduled a hearing on the plan for May 29th. It seems this development will continue to be intriguing for some time. Stafford County is set to become one of 3 Virginia locations to welcome a Buc-ee's in the near future. However, this development is causing quite a stir. At a board meeting last May, residents of Stafford County expressed their concerns about Buc-ee's, even though it wasn't on the agenda. This situation is particularly significant because Stafford is located along the vital I-95 corridor, which stretches from Florida to Maine and experiences heavy traffic. Buc-ee's has steadily expanded along the I-95 corridor, making its way through Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, and now reaching North Carolina and Virginia. The question is, could Maryland be next, or perhaps even upstate New York? However, one place unlikely to see a Buc-ee's is New Jersey. Here's the reason why. This situation is quite disappointing, as it concerns what would have been Ohio's very first Buc-ee's. The city of Huber Heights and the Clark County Commission were locked in litigation for over a year due to a dispute over water services for a proposed Buc-ee's at the I-70 Ohio 235 interchange. The conflict escalated to the point where Buc-ee's had to halt construction, potentially delaying its anticipated opening in late 2025. Luckily, in December, Clark County and Huber Heights managed to reach an agreement allowing construction to resume. In November, tensions ran high as citizens voiced their opposition to Georgia's proposed third Buc-ee's location in Monroe County. The local zoning board chose not to take a stand on the building site, which prompted more than 100 residents to attend the meeting and express their concerns. However, the county commission recently took decisive action by approving the planned Buc-ee's. While there isn't a construction timeline available yet, the new site will be situated on Rumble Road near the I-75-I-475 split. This project faced significant challenges, but thankfully it concluded positively. Mebane was selected as the location for the first Buc-ee's in North Carolina, which quickly sparked opposition. Petitions, protests, and numerous public meetings ensued. The Mebane Planning and Zoning Board even initially rejected the proposal for rezoning to accommodate Buc-ee's construction. However, in the end, everything worked out well. The Mebane City Council eventually stepped in and approved the site at the interchange of I-85 and I-40, strategically located between Greensboro and Raleigh. This spot is ideal for a Buc-ee's, nestled right between two major cities with plenty of traffic passing through. This new Buc-ee's is expected to open its doors sometime in 2025, marking an exciting development for North Carolina. Here we have explored 5 locations where efforts to prevent Buc-ee's from opening are either still in progress or have recently concluded. It's my hope that each situation concludes positively for Buc-ee's. However, it's understandable that having a gas station next door, attracting millions of visitors annually, could be overwhelming for the community. Only time will tell how these scenarios will unfold. In the meantime, imagine having a Buc-ee's right around the corner. Where do you think Buc-ee's should open its next location? Thank you to everyone who has shared their comments. I'd like to offer a few thoughts. Several people have highlighted that local gas stations often face challenges when Buc-ee's opens nearby. From what I can gather, this is true and a legitimate concern. However, this situation typically prompts gas stations to improve their offerings to remain competitive. As a consumer, I appreciate when businesses strive to earn my loyalty. Additionally, some of you have mentioned that Buc-ee's has engaged in jurisdiction shopping. For instance, Orange County, NC, declined a Buc-ee's in F-land, leading them to consider Mebane instead. Similarly, there were similar situations in Monument and Palmer Lake, Colorado. It's encouraging to see so many communities carefully evaluating their specific needs while Buc-ee's finds locations that welcome them. If you enjoyed this, subscribe to The Coconut Mama on YouTube at youtube.com/@thecoconutmama for more.